Have you ever experienced an attempt to get married away? And mental fatigue on a journey? Friendly and helpful Vietnamese people. Beautiful countryside. Biked from Tam Quan to Quy Nhon.
Good morning, Vietnam, and welcome to episode 14 already. Now I'm on my way out of Tam Quan, and I was just going to stay here for one night, and since this place is so beautiful, I stayed there for one additional night. But at the end of a full day sightseeing here, meeting a lot of very nice people and all the sounds and everything, I just got so tired and I felt the symptoms of my mental fatigue. So then I just booked in for the third night. But now I'm continuing my journey. So for you that has just tuned in on my channel, I'm biking around the world, and also I have a diagnosis called MS. It's an autoimmune disease that my immune system is attacking my central nerve system. So that's why I have a lot of symptoms like mental fatigue, reduced cognitive abilities, and insomnia. They are my main symptoms. I have many more, but they are minor. But I'm still happy. I'm living the dream. So I'm not complaining at all. But when you have a disease or you have an injury or something and you can't do anything about it, don't try to fight it, because you will lose. But embrace it. Get friends with your disease or your injuries, and then cooperate and find out what you can do instead, and not focus on what you are not able to do anymore, because then life will be much easier. Just like my slogan, just keep moving with happiness. And that slogan is an inner journey. Have a positive mindset. Like, yeah, I am fighting a battle every single day from the moment I wake up until I maybe get to sleep at night. But it's a constant battle, but it's a battle worth taking, because if I stop battling every single day, I will lose, and I will reduce my own happiness, and that's what it's all about. Xin chào. So don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. If you are struggling with something, don't look at it as a struggle. Just see it for what it is, and then try to work with it. And now let's go continue our journey alongside the coastline. Now I'm not going to bike alongside the highway. Now I'm following a local coastal route instead. and maybe I'm actually able to wild camp tonight. But let's see how the weather forecast is when I am planning to stop today. When you bike more scenic routes and you skip the highways, quite often that actually means more terrain. And now I'm just climbing my first climb of the day. I don't think it's going to be high, I don't know yet, because I haven't studied this route. But it's so steep. Now I constantly bike up. Oh man. It's like it's everything from 7% up to 12 constantly, but I'm lucky if it's just 7, because 7 is very short. Usually between 8 and 9, and then it also goes up to 12 so far. But it's manageable. Just take your time. And with this scenery, it is worth it. This very friendly man on the scooter, he was so nice. He felt so sorry for me because he said that this is so steep. And now I'm up on 190 meters above sea level. And he tried to help me. First he tried to drag me behind his scooter, but that didn't work because my bike was too heavy loaded and with me as well. And then he tried just to drive just right behind me. He was so nice and he really tried to help me. But after a while I figured out that, yeah, those switchbacks up is actually more easier anyway. If he had had a truck, it would have been easier. But he was so nice, and I'm still so impressed that a completely stranger and just stopped to help another stranger. Oh, I just love humankind. But now it's downhill before my next climb, but my next climb is for, I don't remember, maybe 20 or 30 kilometers from here, so maybe. But I'm still happy. Xin chào. Xin chào. This route I'm actually following alongside the coastline from Tom Quan was actually suggested from one of my followers. I'm so glad that I actually was able to follow that advice, because the scenery here is amazing and the people are so polite. And while I was eating my breakfast, we talked a lot and I almost got married away.
What's your name?
Felix! And I just really love following this coastline. To have some change in the scenery and not always the highway. So for my followers, if you still have some more suggestions south in Vietnam and in Cambodia and Laos and Thailand and everything, just keep it coming. Sometimes I'm actually able to follow the suggestions, and I'm so thankful for you all. A funny thing just happened. Two different people on scooters, they stopped me and wanted to talk with me because they were so concerned, because they thought that this was an electrical bike and that I ran out of battery. So they were so concerned, and I tried to tell them that this was just an ordinary bike. And they were, oh, okay, we can order a new battery for you. We are going to help you. And they are just so nice. But after a while, they understood that there is no battery on this bike. But they thought it was with battery because it's so fully loaded. Xin chào. That was so funny. And also the willingness of people to help you along the way. I don't need any help, but still, they just stop and they really want to help me out all the time. I'm just so amazed. A little change of plans. I have just looked at the weather forecast and it's going to rain heavily tonight, and during the day tomorrow it will also be most probably a lot of thunder and lightning. So I skipped the wild camping, and that is actually I feel that I should have been wild camping, because I was planning to actually wild camp quite close to a waterfall and also take a bath in some fresh water in the bottom of the waterfall. But due to the weather forecast, I see that if I do that today, there is no hotel close by, So then I have to wake up tomorrow in heavy rain, and I don't want to do that. So now I'm just trying to bike some places where I can see, where I can book a room. That's how it is. You have to adapt when something like this occurs. But I'm still happy. Oh, humans, Vietnamese. Xin chào. I really like Vietnamese people. Those guys you just saw. I just sat down with them, ate lunch. We were just sitting there and talking all the time, and they were so friendly. And they constantly wanted to share a beer with me. But I only wanted to drink water. And we had such a good time, and when I had like eaten a lot of food, then I asked how much I'm going to pay. But they said it was for free. Oh, I wanted to pay, but they wouldn't let me. Ah, the Vietnamese people, generous, friendly, always smiling. Kudos to you guys. A while ago, I decided to try to bike to the nearest big city. That is Quy Nhon, and that is because now it's going to rain heavily for a couple of days. And then I want to have at least 2 nights in a hotel, and then I want to be in a city, because then there can be a little bit more for me to do while I'm waiting out the rain, instead of being in the countryside. Although I like the countryside more, but when it's raining heavily and I want to be in a city. So that means that when I arrive at my hotel, that means that today I will have biked 106 kilometers. I'm actually quite surprised, because today I have had to cross 2 mountains, and it has been way more terrain than I'm used to here in Vietnam. But it actually, today, it has been more like in Norway, but not the temperature. Right now it's 36 degrees Celsius. It has been sun all day, but it has been quite nice because I have now discovered that when it's this hot and if I'm just walking or when I have the climbing part when I'm biking, then I don't have a lot of wind, but then it's getting quite hot. But while I'm biking, I'm generating my own wind as well, so then it's actually a little bit cooler to bike. So now I have only 13 kilometers left and then I am in the city and in my hotel. So let's just keep on.
Lies. Struggling to get to my hotel, meeting an Australian bikepacker, exploring a beautiful city, bike from Quy Nhon to Toi Hua. This and much more in this episode.